I'm Mike Fratto, editor of Network Computing. I have with me Craig Mathias, principal of Farpoint Group, and we're going to give you a little preview of the 2011 Interop New York Wireless Mobility Conference track. Craig, thanks for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
How long have you been a track chair with Interop, and how did you get started?
Close to 10 years now. I originally started with Comdex almost 20 years ago and was the track chair for wireless and mobile there. And as Comdex faded out, Interop became the premier global IT event for enterprises everywhere. I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to be part of the organization.
What are the one or two must-see sessions in wireless and mobility?
Yeah, what we try to do, of course, is to provide professionals within IT organizations, again, across all industries and really globally, with a detailed overview of the key issues in wireless and mobile. But there are also some sessions, for example, that will provide genuine overviews for those who are not following the industry and what's going on as closely. For example, the very first session is a wireless and mobile analyst roundtable. So we have, again, practitioners come in and talk about the big picture, and we'll cover everything there that's going on in wireless and mobile. But if you're looking for detail, for example, the session that follows that is a debate over whether your next notebook is in fact going to be a tablet. Now, we've followed this issue for some time now. Do tablets take over the world? Opinions run quite strongly in both directions, and I think that anyone who attends that session will get a big perspective on that very quickly. Maybe we won't change an awful lot of minds, but I think we'll be introducing a number of new elements into the debate that I think will continue for quite some time. But really, if you're interested in Wi-Fi and advances there, or what's going on in 4G over the next few years, or what's going to happen with handsets, we've got sessions on all of those topics.
One of the sessions that popped up to me was the deep dive best practices for wireless and mobile management operations and security. And that's a panel that you're actually moderating.
Well, actually, I'm just one of the speakers in that. I'll probably do introductions as well. But what we did was we assembled three analysts, myself included, the others being Philippe Winthrop and Lisa Pfeiffer, to talk about some of the key operational and mechanical issues related to establishing and maintaining a workable mobile strategy. So we'll talk about some of the key people management and organizational management issues. We'll talk about mobile device management. And of course, we'll spend significant time on security. That's one area where you're never done. This is a little different in that it's a fairly long session, runs for 2 hours, and it will cover this topic in significant depth. Normally in a 45-minute conference session, we're not really capable of digging into things to any enormous depth. We'll present a wide diversity of opinion and a lot of debate. But in this case, think of it as a mini tutorial from practitioners who do this day in and day out.
I don't think anybody's expecting a sort of a hands-on sort of content, but overview of the issue, in particular the changes, all the things that you had already mentioned. Is a tablet going to be the new notebook? Well,
in some cases we will get fairly nitty-gritty. I mentioned the Wi-Fi session. We have one on gigabit Wi-Fi. Of course, a lot of people are still getting used to 802.11n and 300, 450, 600 megabits per second. Gigabit Wi-Fi, we're talking about new standards under development with technologies already in place to a very great degree that will take us to 7 gigabits a second and eventually close to 30 gigabits a second. And then the 4G session, I think you'll find, is quite technical and is really aimed at people who are now looking at making key technology decisions and then planning for what their mobile applications infrastructure will look like when those kinds of 4G performance levels, so we're talking multiple megabits here, are available. So we will get quite technical in a number of sessions. But again, it's our job, I think, in the track to provide not just the raw technology, but good overviews of what's going on. No matter what your level of involvement in mobility might be, we have something for you in this track.
Well, Craig, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure again. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Philippe Winthrop, Managing Director for the Enterprise Mobility Foundation. He's going to be moderating a panel, Finding the Optimal Mobile Strategy, Apps versus the Cloud. Philippe, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
First, start out, what is the Enterprise Mobility Foundation?
The Enterprise Mobility Foundation is an independent think tank whose sole purpose is to evangelize the benefits of enterprise mobility and educate everybody and anybody interested in the subject on best practices. And we do that via the Enterprise Mobility Forum, which is a website with a community of several thousand enterprise mobility enthusiasts worldwide. And we provide not only blogging from subject matter experts, but also free downloadable research that we create ourselves, as well as the ability to see all the tweets, videos, news, PowerPoints, and press releases on over 50 different topics around enterprise mobility, as well as the opportunity to network and interact with those 3,000 plus members of our community. So think of it as your one-stop hub to get all sorts of independent information on mobility in the workplace for free.
What are the top couple of issues that you see with mobile apps?
Well, what do we do with them is the number one question. What kind of apps are organizations going to want to develop and deploy within the workplace? And do you develop them yourself? Do you hire a consultant to do it? Do you buy them off the shelf from other enterprise app vendors? Are you going to use mobile middleware such as a MEAP platform, a mobile enterprise application platform? What are you going to code them in? What devices are you going to code them for? Are you going to use HTML5? Are you going to do this all in the cloud? These are all the burning issues, and frankly there are a lot more, that we're going to be taught during the session.
Can you provide some examples of some enterprise mobile apps that are being developed now? I mean, frankly, I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
Oh, there are scores of applications being built right now. You can certainly go to any public app store and download the client for Salesforce.com. But by the same token, a lot of organizations are looking to mobilize their back-end ERP systems, such as for travel and expense, or HR, or directory services, what have you. And, again, they're trying to figure out what's the best approach to developing those applications. And so we're seeing certain organizations are looking to have 20-plus different apps that are available to the various groups within their organization.
And do you see those software vendors that develop enterprise applications, are they developing mobile apps?
Some are, certainly, and others are providing tool sets for you to create your own custom apps.
So it sounds like this is a topic that a lot of enterprises are wrapping their hands around right now.
This is one of the most important topics moving forward for organizations, and so we're very excited to have such a fantastic panel of vendors and recognized experts for both mobile applications and cloud computing. Clearly, this is a topic that is gathering a lot of interest in the market today. A lot of questions are being asked, and hopefully we're going to be able to get some good answers out from the panel.
Philip, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.